For the longest time, I believed the worst thing in my life was being a broke single mom with a busted car, a noisy upstairs neighbor, and a heart that kept choosing the wrong men. Turns out, none of those even came close. The truth, the real truth, didn't hit me like a car crash. It slipped into my life the way poison slips into a bloodstream, slow, quiet, and irreversible. It started the day I walked into the Beaumont estate again. God, I told myself I would never go back there, but life loves humiliating you right when you think you've finally escaped. I stood in front of that enormous iron gate with my baby boy, Jace, strapped to my chest. Sweat rolled down my spine despite the December air. My hands were shaking so bad I had to tuck them under the baby sling. The Beaumonts weren't just wealthy, they were old money, silent power, don't ever cross us wealthy. And once upon a time, I was supposed to be part of that family. Well, sort of. My ex-boyfriend, Caleb Beaumont, was the golden son of Savannah. Sweet smile, charming drawl, polite to old ladies, rich enough to tip a waitress with $100 bill and call it cute. And when I told him I was pregnant, he looked me dead in the face and said, "Alyssa, come on now, that baby sure as hell ain't mine." Before I could even breathe, his mama, Lorraine Beaumont, with her pearls and perfect hair, told me, "Don't you dare try to trap my boy, sweetheart. We know girls like you. Girls like me. Poor girls. Working girls. Fatherless girls, girls who had no one to defend them." I left sobbing, clutching my belly, telling myself I didn't need them. And for a long time, I believed it. Until the DNA test came back. Not Caleb's. But someone else in the Beaumont bloodline. That was the day everything inside me cracked open. When the paternity lab called me, I truly thought it was a mistake. "Ma'am, this child is related to the Beaumont family," the woman said, "but not through Caleb Beaumont." I swear my knees almost gave out. Not Caleb. But someone genetically close. Which left? One person. The one man who should have never been anywhere near me. Mr. Garrett Beaumont. Caleb's father, the patriarch, big man in town, perfect husband, Sunday church front row Baptist, the type of man people wrote fundraising checks to because they didn't dare say no. But I didn't remember anything, not the night it happened, not how, not why. Only waking up confused in their guest room while Caleb and Mrs. Beaumont whispered something at the bottom of the stairs. I told myself I imagined it. That nothing happened. That I must have drunk too much wine during their charity event. But the lab didn't lie. And now, here I was again, standing at their gate. Clutching evidence in my hand that could burn their empire to the damn ground. A guard buzzed me in before I could change my mind. Walking up that long driveway felt like approaching a courthouse you knew damn well you wouldn't leave the same. The mansion looked even bigger than I remembered, like it grew teeth and waited for me to walk inside. Lorraine opened the door. Her face froze the moment she saw the baby. Then she whispered, "Lord have mercy." Not in pity, not in shock. But in fear. Her eyes darted behind me, checking if anyone else saw. "Come in," she hissed. "And hurry." The moment I stepped inside, I felt that same heavy air I remembered from Caleb's cheating, lying, manipulative days. The same air that made me question myself, doubt my memories, swallow my truth. I hated how easily this house could make me small. Lorraine didn't ask how I was. Didn't offer water. Didn't glance at the baby except with a stiff flinch. Her hands trembled as she locked the door. "Alyssa," she breathed, "tell me you didn't bring anything." "I brought everything," I said. My voice didn't shake. That I didn't look away. That I'd been scared for months, but not today. Today I was a mother. And mothers don't come to lose. Lorraine's lips parted like she might cry. "Garrett, he can't know. You don't understand what that man." "Oh, I understand exactly what he is," I snapped. Her eyes shut tight, like she was reliving something. And somehow, that terrified me more than anything. "Alyssa," she whispered, "I tried to warn you. That night, when you said you felt dizzy, when you told me you couldn't keep your eyes open. I knew something was wrong." My heart hammered. Dizzy? I had told her that. But she brushed it off. Told me to lie down upstairs. Told me Caleb would bring me water. But Caleb never came. And I remembered, barely, a heavier set of footsteps. Then nothing. Just black. Lorraine's voice cracked as she continued. "I should have stopped him. But Garrett, he isn't a man who hears no, not from anyone. Not even me." My stomach turned. My vision blurred. "You let him hurt me," I whispered, "and then you kicked me out when I realized I was pregnant." Lorraine's chin trembled, and for the first time in my life, she didn't look strong or polished or powerful. She looked terrified. "No one stops Garrett," she whispered. "People who try, don't stay around long." I swallowed hard. My knees felt weak. "Is that why you denied the baby was Caleb's?" I asked. "To protect me? Or to protect him?" She didn't answer. Which was the answer? Footsteps echoed down the hallway. Heavy. Slow. Confident. Lorraine's face went white. "Oh no, he's home early." My blood iced. I clutched Jace tighter, instinctive, primal. Lorraine mouthed. "Hide. Please. For God's sake, hide." But it was too late. The study door opened. And Garrett Beaumont stepped into the hall. Tall, broad, charcoal suit, crisp tie, eyes like dark glass, reflecting nothing, feeling nothing. His gaze swept from me, to the baby, to the envelope in my hand. A smile, a slow, dangerous, slow-spreading smile, curved his lips. "Well now," he drawled, voice low and venom-smooth. "If it ain't little Alyssa Hart, come back home with a baby that looks an awful lot like my side of the family." Lorraine whispered, "Garrett, please." "Quiet," he said without looking at her. Then he stepped toward me. "One simple question, sweetheart." He tilted his head, studied my face, studied the child. "Who told you?" Garrett Beaumont stepped toward me like the hall belonged to him, because in his mind, everything did. He didn't rush, didn't threaten, didn't raise his voice. He didn't need to. Men like him learned early that fear wasn't delivered with fists, that it was delivered with quiet. With the confidence of someone who never lost. Someone who expected the world to bow. Lorraine stood behind me like a ghost, her hands shaking so badly she had to clutch the edge of the console table just to stay upright. Jay stirred against my chest, sensing the tension that I tightened my grip around him, my heartbeat thudding hard against his tiny back. Garrett stopped just a few feet away. Close enough that I could smell his cologne, deep oak, tobacco, expensive leather, the same scent from that night. My stomach twisted violently. I didn't need the lab report. The scent alone made memories scrape at the edges of my mind like claws. He glanced at the envelope in my hand, the one with the DNA results printed in bold black letters. A flicker, just a flicker, went across his eyes. A spark of something sharp, calculating. Then it vanished under that same cold smile. "Well," he murmured, "who opened their mouth?" I swallowed hard. "No one. I did the test myself." He chuckled, deep, low, amused. "Sweetheart, people like you don't do things yourself." Lorraine sucked in a breath through her teeth. "Garrett, stop. Please. She's holding a baby." He cut his eyes toward her. "And?" Lorraine flinched like he slapped her. Not physically, but in a way that said she'd been slapped before, in every way that doesn't leave marks. Garrett turned back to me. Well, Alyssa Hart, looks like you've stirred up a hell of a mess. His eyes traveled slowly down to Jace. You sure you want to keep poking a bear? My blood froze. He didn't ask how I'd been. Didn't deny what happened. Didn't feign innocence. He didn't need to. The DNA was enough proof, and he'd spent a lifetime getting away with worse. I forced myself to lift my chin. I'm not afraid of you, I lied. He smirked. No. But you should be. My pulse hammered so loud I felt it in my teeth. I didn't come for money, I snapped, or drama. Or your reputation. I just. You came for answers, he finished softly. I nodded. And maybe, an apology. Lorraine's breath caught. Garrett's smile widened. Oh sweetheart, you came to the wrong damn house for that. He walked past me like he hadn't just ripped the air out of the room. Follow me, he said. I'm not going anywhere with you. He stopped, turned, looked me dead in the eyes. Alyssa, he murmured, you're standin' in my house right now holding my blood in your arms. You think you're leaving without hearing what I have to say? That damn house. That suffocating hallway. Lorraine's trembling breath. Everything inside me felt trapped. But deep down, I had come for the truth. And people like Garrett didn't give the truth freely. They handed it out like a gift you didn't want. Slow, painful, sharp enough to cut. I followed him. Not because I trusted him, not because I wanted to, but because I needed the truth like a drowning person needs one more breath. He led me into his study, large, warm, drenched in sunlight from the tall windows. Heavy books, dark wood, expensive whiskey. A room built for power. He closed the door. A soft click. My heart dropped. Garrett leaned against the desk, arms crossed, studying me the way a hunter studies a deer, patient, curious, deadly. You want to know what happened that night? He said. My breath hitched, every muscle in my body went tense. I remember feeling dizzy, I whispered, I remember telling Lorraine. I remember going upstairs. Then nothing. A slow nod. You were drugged. My chest caved in. What? His gaze didn't waver. You drank from the wrong glass. Caleb was supposed to give it to one of his buddies, little prank. You picked up the cup instead. My stomach twisted hard. That's a lie. He smirked. I don't lie, sweetheart. I just don't confess unless I have to. But why would Caleb? Garrett waved a hand. Doesn't matter now. What matters is, you were vulnerable. And I was the one who took you upstairs. No, I whispered, tears burning my eyes, please don't say this. Why not? You came for honesty. My throat tightened painfully. That wasn't honesty. That wasn't a mistake. That was. Call it whatever helps you sleep at night, he said gently, but the outcome is in your arms. My knees nearly buckled. Jace whimpered softly at the sound of Garrett's voice, and I instantly rocked him, whispering it's okay, baby, it's okay. Garrett watched me rock his child. And something cold flickered across his face. Not love, not guilt, not remorse. Possession. Like he was looking at a prized object someone else accidentally took home. He pushed off the desk and stood tall in front of me. All right, let's get to business, he said. Business? I repeated, eyes wide. You have something of mine now. And I'm willing to make this comfortable. I stepped back. No. He raised an eyebrow. You haven't heard the offer yet. I don't need to. I'm not selling my child. His jaw twitched. Who said anything about selling? You did. In your tone. That smile again. He circled me like a wolf. I'll give you a house, car, healthcare, money wired every month. All you gotta do is keep quiet. Keep things private. Let me handle the narrative. The narrative? I whispered. I'm not about to have the people of Savannah thinking I stepped out on Lorraine like a fool. But a quiet arrangement? People forget. Gossip dies. Money fixes everything. A tear rolled down my cheek before I could stop it. He continued. And as the boy grows up, I'll be involved. Not publicly, but enough to set him up for life. Private school. Trust fund. Opportunities. My voice cracked. He's not a business investment. Garrett leaned close enough that I could feel his breath against my cheek. Alyssa, everything is an investment in my world. I shook my head, tears falling fast. I don't want your money. He tilted his head. You sure? Because last I checked, you were living in a one-bedroom apartment with a leaky roof and a car that sounds like it's dying every time you hit the gas. That's my life, I snapped, and it's not perfect, but it's mine. And this child is mine, he said evenly. Those words hit me harder than any slap could. No, I whispered, he's mine. He's my baby. My son. You don't get to claim him. Garrett's expression didn't change, but the air did, thickened, darkened. His voice dropped. Careful, Alyssa. This, he tapped the envelope, makes him legally mine too. He will never be yours. We'll see. He took a slow step closer. Then another. Until his face was inches from mine. Your life can be very easy, or very, very hard. Your choice. My voice shook as I whispered. I'll fight you. He smirked. And I'll win. The door burst open suddenly. Lorraine stumbled inside, her breath ragged. Garrett, stop this. She's a child. I was 21, I muttered. To him? Lorraine whispered. You're a child. Garrett shot her a warning look. But Lorraine didn't stop. She grabbed my arm, pulling me behind her like she could shield me with her thin frame. He's not taking that baby, she said, voice trembling. I won't let him. Garrett stared at her. Dangerously still. Lorraine, he murmured, sit down. No. Lorraine, he repeated, softer, deadlier. I said no, she screamed. My breath stopped. Garrett stepped forward, slowly, eyes burning with a quiet rage. After everything I've done for you, he murmured. Lorraine shook her head, tears streaming. No more, Garrett. Not this. Not a child. Not her. His jaw clenched. My stomach twisted. Because I realized. Lorraine wasn't protecting me. She was protecting Jace. She knew exactly what Garrett was capable of. And she was terrified he'd do it again. Garrett looked at me one last time. A long, cold stare. Then he said something I will never forget. I always take what's mine. I felt the world tilt sideways. Lorraine whispered, Alyssa, go. Now. My heart pounded so violently it hurt. I clutched my baby and backed toward the door. But Garrett took a single step forward. And the way he looked at Jace. Possessive, calculating, certain. My blood froze. He wasn't going to let this go. He wasn't going to forget. And he damn sure wasn't going to walk away. Not from me. Not from my baby. Not from the truth. I didn't remember running out of that house. Didn't remember the driveway. Didn't remember the gate slamming behind me. All I remembered was the sound of Garrett's voice echoing in my skull. I always take what's mine. Those words didn't just scare me, they stuck to my bones. Savannah air was cold, sharp, wet with fog that I held Jace so tight he whimpered into my chest, but I couldn't loosen my arms. Not yet. Not until we were safe. Safe. Where the hell was safe now? My apartment? No, he'd find me. A man like that had men who had men who had men. Money made people disappear. Money made truth disappear. Money made single moms disappear, worst of all. But I wasn't disappearing. Not for him, not again, not ever. I buckled Jace into his car seat with shaking hands and slid into the driver's seat of my old Honda. The engine coughed like a dying animal, but it started. I pulled out fast. The road blurred. My thoughts crashed like waves. Then everything snapped into one clear, terrifying truth. Garrett Beaumont wanted my child. Not out of love, not out of guilt, but because Jace was his legacy, and a man like him didn't lose legacy. Not to me, not to anyone. And that meant he wouldn't stop. I didn't sleep that night. I sat on the floor with my back against the front door, clutching a kitchen knife in one hand and holding Jace's footed sleeper with the other. My hair was a mess, my face streaked with dried tears. Every noise outside made my heart jump. A car, a voice, a door, a dog barking. Every sound felt like danger inching closer. Around 3 a.m., when the world was quiet enough to hear your own heartbeat, I whispered to my son, "I'm not letting that man touch you. I swear on everything I got left." My voice cracked so hard I covered my face. When morning light finally crept through the blinds, I thought maybe, I had time. But by noon, the knock came. Not a neighbor's knock, not polite, not gentle. A heavy, steady pounding. I froze. Jace was asleep on my shoulder, warm and tiny and unaware that the world was trying to take him from me. My stomach twisted. I tiptoed toward the peephole. It wasn't Garrett. It was Lorraine. And she looked destroyed. Her hair wasn't perfect, her eyes were bloodshot, her hands twisted the strap of her purse like she was holding on to something broken. I cracked the door open an inch. "Why are you here?" I whispered. She stepped forward urgently. "Alyssa, please, let me in. He doesn't know I'm here." Against my better judgment, I let her inside. She shut the door quickly and leaned against it like she had just outrun a hurricane. "He's not himself," she whispered. "He's angry. More than I've ever seen him." My blood iced. "He's looking for you." I held Jace tighter. "I'm not giving him my baby," I snapped. Lorraine nodded quickly, swallowing tears. "I don't want you to. I swear." "Then what do you want?" She looked at me with eyes full of years of silence, years of bruises that never showed, years of secrets. "I want to help you get away." She sat on my couch like her bones weighed too much. "Alyssa," she whispered, "you think I didn't know what he did to you?" I knew. I knew the minute I saw your face the next morning. But Garrett, he controls everything. The money, the company, the property, the people we call friends, all of it. Why didn't you stop him? Her voice broke. I tried. You think you're the first? He's hurt people before. He's paid off families before. But a child, she looked at Jace, he won't let a child go. So he'll take him? I whispered. She hesitated. Or he'll make sure the child never becomes a problem. My heart stopped. You mean? Yes, she choked. Garrett doesn't like loose ends. And you, Alyssa, you are a loose end. My legs gave out, and I sank onto the couch beside her. So what do I do? She took my hand. You run. Tonight. Before he gets home. Where? I don't have money. I brought some. She slid a thick envelope from her purse, cash, cards, documents. I stared at it. Why are you helping me? Her voice cracked into a whisper. Because I couldn't save myself, but maybe I can save somebody else. By sunset, I packed one suitcase, grabbed the diaper bag, and strapped Jace to my chest. Lorraine hugged me at the door. Drive north, she whispered. Don't stop until you hit Tennessee. I booked a motel under my name. Room 112. Key is inside the envelope. I nodded, trembling. And Alyssa? She gripped my arms tight. If Garrett finds you, don't reason with him. Run. I left. The sun dipped behind the trees like it was hiding from what came next. My car roared onto the highway, Jace sleeping softly against me. Miles rolled under the tires. Fog crept over the marshes. My hands were tight on the wheel. Just keep driving, just keep breathing, just keep Jace safe. But about 40 miles out, a black SUV appeared in my rearview mirror. My stomach dropped. No, not this soon, not him. The SUV sped up. Closer, closer. My pulse exploded. I pressed the accelerator, the Honda shook. Come on, come on. The SUV flashed its lights. My heart nearly stopped. I whispered, voice cracking. Not my baby. Not my baby. Please, God. I swerved into the next lane, the SUV followed. I pushed the gas harder. The engine wheezed like it was dying. Please, I begged, just hold on. The SUV sped up. I braced. Until its window rolled down. And a voice yelled. Alyssa. Stop. It's me. I slammed the brakes. Tires screeched. My hands shook violently as I stared at the SUV pulling beside me. The door opened. And out stepped Caleb Beaumont. He looked wild, frantic, not the charming, polished rich boy I once dated. His hair was messy, his eyes red like he hadn't slept. He rushed to my window. Alyssa, listen, he knows. My dad knows you ran. You don't have much time. Caleb, move. I have to go. No, you don't understand. I don't trust you. I don't blame you, he said breathlessly, but I'm not here for him. I'm here for you. Why? Caleb swallowed hard. Because I found out what he did. And I'm not letting him hurt you or your kid. His voice cracked when he said your kid. And then he whispered something I never expected. I knew he was capable of terrible things. But not this. You didn't deserve what he did to you. And that baby, he deserves better than a monster for a father. My throat tightened. You're not here for him? I'm here to help you disappear. But, why? He looked down. Because. I should have protected you. And I didn't. I stared at him, stunned, my brain scrambling to process. Then he held out car keys. This is my Jeep. Full tank, untraceable plates, cash inside. Take it. Go north. Keep driving. What about you? I'll stay behind. I'll stall him. He'll kill you, I whispered. Caleb's jaw clenched. He already ruined me. I've got nothing to lose. I switched cars fast, heart pounding. Before I could close the door, Caleb grabbed my arm. Alyssa, my dad thinks he owns everything. Everyone. But he doesn't own you. His voice broke. And he sure as hell doesn't own your son. I nodded, tears running hot down my face. Then I drove. Miles blurred. State lines vanished behind me. Wind roared through the cracked window. Jay slept against my chest, innocent, soft, safe. But I wasn't safe yet. Not until I reached the motel Lorraine booked. I pulled into the parking lot around 2 a.m., exhausted, shaking, starving, terrified. Room 112. I unlocked the door. Cold air, dim lights, silence. I placed Jace onto the bed and sank into a chair. Exhaustion slammed into me. I must have fallen asleep. Because the next sound. A footstep. Soft. Deliberate. Inside the room. My eyes flew open. A shadow moved beside the curtain. I froze. Then a voice stepped out of the dark. Deep, cold, familiar. You ran far, sweetheart, but not far enough. My blood turned to ice. Garrett stepped forward. His eyes landed on Jace. His lips curled into a slow, terrifying smile. And something inside me broke open. Fear evaporated, pain vanished, all that remained was fire. I grabbed the lamp beside me and swung it with everything I had. It smashed into his face. He roared, stumbling back. Jace cried, piercing the air. I didn't think. I grabbed my baby and ran toward the door. Garrett lunged, grabbing my arm. His grip was iron. You're not taking him. Yes, I sobbed, I am. I kicked, hit, bit, screamed. The mother in me turned into a warrior. A wild animal. A storm. He dragged me back hard, but suddenly. A second figure burst through the door behind him. A shot rang out. Garrett staggered. Another shot. He collapsed. Blood spreading across the carpet. My chest heaved and my ears rang. The gun dropped to the floor. And the person holding it. Caleb. His hands shook violently. He looked at me. Then at his father's body. Then at the baby. I'm sorry, he whispered, I couldn't let him hurt you. I sank to the floor, sobbing, clutching Jace as he cried into my shoulder. Caleb collapsed against the wall, face buried in his hands. Police came, statements were taken, evidence was found in Garrett's safe, documents, photos, tapes, money trails, proof he hurt other women, proof he threatened others. Caleb turned himself in that he didn't run, didn't lie. He told the truth, all of it. It wasn't pretty, that it wasn't heroic, but it was honest. He got a reduced sentence, not freedom, but peace. Lorraine divorced Garrett's memory, sold the estate, left Savannah. She sends me check-ins, pictures of her small cottage by the sea. And me? I moved to Tennessee, got a small rental with a yard, started waitressing again, saving, healing. Jace is 1 year old now, bright eyes, bigger laugh, chubby cheeks. Sometimes I look at him and cry, not because of his father, but because of how close I came to losing him. I don't regret fighting, that I don't regret running, that I don't regret surviving. Because this is what I learned. Even the smallest woman becomes unbreakable when her child is in danger. Garrett thought he owned me, owned my son, owned my life. But I walked away, bloody, bruised, terrified. And free. So, share this video with every woman you love. Hit that follow, smash the bell, and comment down below your thoughts on it.